What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Chop Sports Daily, coming to you live from the Flipping Made Easy studio right here in Matawan, New Jersey, and of course broadcasting live today on a Feel Good Friday from the Cabinet Creations Sports Desk. Ladies and gentlemen,
it's gonna be a while before you get that down.
I have to, I am so, right now I'm like going through it because now I can't. Here we go.
Good, bro.
No, I was looking, sounds sketchy, but
Chris was unmuted
Yeah,
for a
okay,
second.
sorry.
I didn't know he was
I'm
adding
not
himself to the
screaming. I
stream.
promise you I'm not screaming. I'm looking at all the levels. Sorry. And you know what? Even if I was screaming, it's because...
Wait, now he's saying mics are off. What's happening? All I did was mute Chris. Why do
How about now? Now? Anyone? Now? Please, somebody. Fast.
Says the host has muted your video.
What?
For a second up top, it said the host has muted your video, but I'm not muted down here.
Yeah, the muted video is the Kyle video.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Nobody's helping me out here with 10 people watching. Or more people watching.
Ashley just said it still sounds sketchy.
Nah, it was a...
Oh, there come all the
echo
comments.
From Janine.
It sounds like you're in an empty room. Well, we kind of are, but
Can you select the roadcaster?
Yep.
We good?
I'm looking right now. Oh, yeah, it's on HD webcam, so Roadcaster.
Yeah.
There we go.
Unplug that.
Okay.
phone.
No.
Okay.
We're good.
It's all good. All right. Anyway, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. After a, 2-minute delay, that's a 2-minute warning. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Chop Sports Daily, coming to you live from the Flipping Made Easy studio, broadcasting live from the Cabinet Creations Sports Desk here on a feel good, feel great baby Friday, because it's here. Baseball is back, ladies and gentlemen. It happened yesterday. The reaction, I think Gooch was working on something in the other office. I was in here, got the tweet, got the notification, and I said, you know what? Here we are. It's time.
It's baseball season,
It's
baby.
time.
I'm fucking souped
Dude,
up.
I am so pumped up right now. I busted out the old Yankees hoodie. I got the Yankees hat. Well, I mean, I always wear the Yankees hat. Even Gooch wore a hat today. Yankees hat, Yankees apparel all over the place. Mets apparel, whatever team you root for. Just rejoice in the fact that we are back.
It feels good to talk baseball and not be talking shit about all the players and the owners or whoever, which side you're on. It doesn't matter now. It's all behind us. A lot to talk about, though, because...
we'll get into it. But obviously, first, we want to start off. If you want to support Chop Sports and our volumes, you can definitely do that.
I went right into baseball.
I know.
Like,
we gotta get the plug skis out the way. Patreon.com/Chop Sports to help us out in a monetary way. That would do wonders for us. We really appreciate that. And of course, if you're watching this video right now on this Feel Good Friday, on this baseball revival day, you can do so by liking the video, subscribing to the channel. Picked up a couple new subscribers last night. So if you're watching us for the first time, welcome to the show. There's a lot to go over, obviously. And of course, Dat Chat is the social media platform we like to talk about a little bit. It's growing exponentially. We're over 250 members in there. That is a brand new social media platform. So if you guys want to go check that out, look up the details. It's downloadable on all mobile devices, both Android and iPhones. And if you got an Android, it's 2022, time to upgrade. But it is also, before we get into baseball, there's just so much shit going on. Of course, yesterday, I want to also give a special shout out, and we'll do more formal next week when we sit down for lunch with our boy Curtis Counts, who re-upped for another year to be the exclusive real estate agent for Chop Sports. He was with us when we had nothing, Gooch, and now he's back when we got a little something.
I think it was either him or Mike. I think they were both on the same day, actually, where they were our first and second.
The cross that we're talking about,
sponsors. And now, Kurt re-upped.
We're very, very excited about that.
Happy to have you on board, buddy. Go Pack, go. He's a Packer backer.
He is a Packer backer. He said he was getting Brett Favre vibes from the Aaron Rodgers situation. He thought he was going to up and leave, and he actually brought up a memory from when you guys bartended together or worked together over
Big Shots. The day that Brett Favre was traded to the Jets.
Yeah,
that was I was working with Curtis Counts in that moment.
Is it weird that I can actually see you like collapse and huddle over and just get so upset? Because I feel like it's a Gooch move. And I'm not just talking about you. I've seen Roxanne do it too while we're watching Packers.
It was pending, so I kind of expected it to happen that day, but it didn't lighten it at all. At that point, I was really on the Brett Favre train and definitely not on board with Aaron Rodgers at the moment.
Wow.
He had long hair still. It was like,
Oh yeah. Now look at him now.
But
full circle. It looks like he's homeless.
Full circle is right. And now I'll sit here on this mountain and defend Aaron Rodgers till I die with his haircut, bro. I don't care about his haircut now.
He's actually a decent looking human being. If he doesn't look like he looks like now, all he has to do is just get rid of it.
I think he looks great.
Use Manscaped or something.
He looks great.
Anyway, so it is a big day for Chop Sports because look, it's time to finally, Gooch, I know this was an exciting time for you. You got to take the chains off that graphic.
Yes,
ladies and gentlemen.
The breaker of chains, Chris Gucci in the building. Baseball is back.
Baseball is officially back as of yesterday. A brand new CBA between the players and the owners. And of course, obviously, we weathered the storm. 99 days it was. And on the 100th day, there was baseball. Today is actually the start of spring training, believe it or not. They got to get right to spring training. They have to report by Sunday. Games will be going down on like Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. I don't know what you guys are smiling at.
Bro, it's just the comments are going off on me about baby
day. Oh, all right. Well, look, it's all
right. It's a big day for me.
It is a big day.
It's baby day. Baseball is back. You know, it's the end of the Aaron Rodgers. It's the weekend before the Aaron Rodgers thing. Like that all happened. So I'm going into the weekend happy. And my cat had fucking kittens, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You got kittens now.
My cat had kittens this morning.
Don't tell anybody that I know because they'll try to snatch
daddy.
What?
I'm
officially now he's a baby daddy.
Now. Oh no. All right. Well, I mean, this has gone off the rails already.
Kyle going, yo, Chris, from my family to yours. Happy baby day, bro, for real.
That's hilarious. But anyway, so details of this brand new CBA. There's a lot to dive into because look, it took 99 days for them to finally come to terms. And look, when you do a CBA, it's not like, hey, the owners won or hey, the players won. This is a collective bargaining agreement, meaning some players got some cool shit and some owners got some cool shit. Some guys had to make concessions here. Some guy has to make concessions over there. So there's a lot of stuff that was going on in the baseball world yesterday when it all came back. Obviously, the biggest issue was the tax issue. How many times did I just say the? That was a lot. Like I felt like was it the coffee
remix?
You're talking about a day that I'm wired up, dude. I took pre-workout before I got to the gym at 7 a.m. with the pre-workout in the veins. Got here, did the protein shake, which by the way shouldn't have done. It's not a good situation right now.
I was made a comment about your.
I mean, look, what happens is
your episodes.
Yeah, I mean, I have protein here and I have green stuff here, right? I have all this stuff to make a shake, but I was at Quick Check already grabbing creamer for the coffee because I drink coffee now. So I brought that and I was like, oh, let me just grab a muscle milk. And I'm not lactose intolerant by any stretch, but like milk just doesn't sit right anymore as I get older. I used to love milk, like love it. But now I just like, God damn it. This was not a good idea.
Milk in the morning is a rough go.
I don't know. My dad always said that. He's like, I don't even know how you drink milk at all. Like, and I'm just like, I'm a milk.
You got to get onto almond milk, bro.
Yeah,
almond
I tried that.
It doesn't
taste the same.
Yeah, but
that's the creamer that I got. Almond.
Unsweetened almond milk.
No,
the non-vanilla unsweetened. It tastes just like milk.
It tastes just like water.
What are you from the Great Depression? You got to. It tastes awful.
I don't want my milk sweet.
You need to have like the vanilla sweetened almond milk in your coffee.
That's
or
just
in your protein shake. Or no, it's not a milkshake.
Chris Payne is excited. By the way, shout out to Chris Payne who just came barging through the doors yesterday. He needs to get out in life, I guess, and he just came through the doors of Chop Studios, hung out with us for a little while, brought us that sign that if you follow us on social media, it's already tucked and put it away. But I did make a baby day sign that I took a picture of yesterday. It should be on our social media, I think. Scoop coming in first, coffee next, heroin. I'm gonna lay off that. I'm not gonna go down that road. I just feel like roads, bro, leads to worse things.
I'd say coffee and cannabis is probably the best mix on planet Earth. So
Nanda 390 coming. My wife's boyfriend says, "Let's go." What?
I was waiting for you to pick up on what you were reading.
What the fuck? What is going on here?
That
Off
would
the
make
rails.
you a cuck.
Nanda. Good morning, Nando 390. But anyway, so a little bit back on the threshold went up exponentially. It's going to start this year. The tax is going to start with some tiers, but it's going to reach $230 million. So without saying it, there's a salary cap in baseball. There's not a salary.
There has always been.
Right. But I mean, this was a big thing because they wanted that up. Why, Chris? Why would the players want that up?
People get this misconstrued as to what exactly is happening here. So There's certain teams. Now, when you look at these rules, there's certain teams to keep things competitive in baseball, they have to do this because teams like the Dodgers, the Mets, the Yankees, the Red Sox, they'll never stop spending money because they have it, right? So in order to prevent them from just going insanely high with their payrolls, you tax them when they go over a certain threshold. Now,
is it a tax or is it a fine?
It's called a luxury.
I know
tax,
what it's called,
right?
but I'm saying, like, what is it?
You call
like,
it what it,
bang, it's yours.
It's not necessarily a fine because you're allowed to do it. It's legal. It's just like an agreement. That
it's an actual tax.
It's a tax.
It's a tax. Okay.
So you're allowed to do it, and then what ends up happening is that number goes up exponentially. The owners largely want that, because then it drives down free agent price because you can't go over a certain amount because you have to keep it within. It gives you the reason to cut costs, and it gives you a bargaining chip when you're negotiating with a player to say, look, we're trying to stay under the luxury cap or luxury tax. Simple as that. There was 4 teams that voted against the CBA,
which I'm very surprised.
The Yankees, the Mets, the Cardinals, and the Astros all voted against it. I'm surprised the Dodgers weren't in there because these are the teams that look to be either most affected by the luxury tax, even though the Cardinals haven't been spending.
It's funny because Stevie Mac 23 coming in saying, is the highest tax tier called the Uncle Steve tax or Uncle Steve tier? Dude, the Mets were almost holding this thing up at the end. I don't know if you realize that. Like, people don't realize that right before all this agreement was like actually ratified and done, the Mets were the last ones to really be affected by this.
See, and this is another thing. It's not the Mets on both fronts. The Mets ownership didn't want the deal, and then there was Mets players that also didn't possibly want the deal. And I know that Max Scherzer has been at these meetings, but I also know that Pete Alonso's situation was actually brought to the table in the negotiations. So my curiosity is, did it have anything to do with Pete Alonso's service time? As to why the Mets were like, hold up.
That could be a thing.
Can we fix this? Because the guy won't hit free agency until 31. And that highlights the major issue that the players have had with the whole service time thing and the rookie deals and how they all work out and how you accrue service time. All bullshit. I'm not exactly sure what's going to change as far as that stuff goes. I have to really do a deep dive. But as far as the gameplay itself, I think they made some decent changes.
All right.
And
I'll
let you kind of.
Yeah, no, we'll get it. We'll get into more of the details. So here's the one that I absolutely loved. At first, I was like, oh my God, why don't we just let every team in the playoffs, right? Why don't we just let every team in the play? We had a system. It wasn't broke. They added something over the course of the last couple years. I don't remember when they did it, but I hated that 1-game playoff thing. I hated it. And I hated when they called it the postseason because it wasn't, bro. It was not the postseason. It was one more game to see if you can get to the postseason. And I know a lot of people are like, well, you're a Yankees fan and they've lost that game. So you probably hated it.
They've had more success in that
they've had more success in that. And I was actually at one of those games. So I want to say this. Going to 12 teams, you're taking the old NFL model. There's 3 divisions, old NFL, 3 divisions, the top 2 divisions, winners. So there's the Central, the West, and the East, right? The top 2 will get a bye into the divisional round. And then the worst division winner will play the worst wild card, and then the 2 other wild cards will play each other. So it's the NFL. The only difference is they're not reseeding, which I kind of find a little suspect.
No, the best division winner will play the worst remaining seed.
Whatever, you know what I'm talking about. They got rid of. I mean, for staying on the playoffs for a second, I love that it's a 3-game set now. So if the Yankees and somebody else are,
I also. I'm not positive on this, but I also think that the 3-game set isn't a home and away. It's literally in whoever is the higher seeds stadium.
If that's the case, and I think we talked about that before, that could be a great thing. I think that's great. Why make these players? What are they going to do? Fly off start the series on a Monday, have another game, and wait until Wednesday. That's perfect to me.
Affect the home field advantage and things like that. But look, earn it in the season. It just makes the regular season games a little more important, I guess.
Yeah. So obviously, I love the playoff format. Let's go. I'm excited about that. Get the 12 teams in.
Hey,
fine.
Scoop, could you check on that for me while you're in the comments? Check and see if the first series, the wild card series, is in fact
all home
to
the higher seed.
Or is it a home and away?
But now
it's a little difficult to kind of look that up. I would say Dina do it, but I don't even know how I would word it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how would I search that?
Yeah.
Oh, Google. So wait. So with that, right? That's great, all well and good. It does take away, and now there is also no game 163. So they're going to NFL tie-breaking procedures, meaning if the Yankees and the Red Sox finish tied at the top of the AL East, they're going to go head-to-head series first. and then they're going to go conference or in this a league. There will be no more playoff games to determine a division champion.
Was the American League or the National League game first last year? Like, which game was played first?
I don't remember.
In the play-in.
I don't remember. It had we all watched the play-in game here.
If there was another play-in game the next day, then that was the last. I'm just saying I hope it wasn't the Yankees losing to the Red Sox in the very last one-game series.
Oh, I think it was.
I think it was.
Well, they might revisit that shit in 5 years. And I don't understand how it's a 5-year CBA. Usually those things are 10.
I think with the scope of the way things are now,
the way it went over the last couple of days.
5 years, I think the players really fucked up last time by allowing such a long deal because the owners, like I said, they play the long game. And when you could get a 20-year deal done or a 15-year deal done, was it whatever it was. Also, have they figured out the steroid situation yet? Are these guys still allowed to take steroids? Because I know that the whole thing was washed.
Everybody's going to come and not be able to get through the doorway of spring training.
Like, take steroids? I hope so, because injuries are going to be a
Hawaii Mike's coming in saying the report I read said all 30 teams ratified. Yes, they all agreed to it, but that last threshold thing that they were trying to get over, they disagreed there, but they conceded. They basically said, all right, look, everything else is great. Fuck it.
Shout out to Hawaii Mike for commenting in Facebook group where if he either agrees with you or doesn't agree with you, he doesn't even say whether he agrees or not. He posts an article and he expects you to read the entire thing to get his opinion.
You know what I just realized? And this is going to sound like I've never read an article in my life, which is not even close to being true. I used to write articles, right? So I see that now websites are putting 3-minute read on their thing. And I'm just like, what does that even mean? And I'm like, oh my God, it would take me 3 minutes to read it.
Dave.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I just learned that. I was today years old when I fucking found that out.
Yeah.
A lot of blog sites have that as a
default. Dave's jacked up today. You could tell he's a little jacked up.
I feel like Charlie from fucking
right.
It's going crazy. I'm like JoJo, the little Indian boy with a pretty new back.
Some jelly beans.
I need something. I need something to calm me all the way down.
Some milk steak for Dave.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, July 25th is the new deadline for them to come to terms with a new international draft. That, again, I don't really care at this point. Baseball's back. They'll get that shit done. Whatever it is, it is. I'm not worried about. Well, I hope they don't strike. You know what I mean? It's over. The agreement, it's done.
Yeah, it's happening.
The universal DH. This is an interesting one because now, we knew about this a couple weeks ago, right? We knew about this.
The foot's been in the door since they did it over the COVID thing.
So now that it's actually voted upon and done, this is going to affect free agency, I think, because now, and Toast brought this up. He slid into my DMs at 11:30 last night. I was sleeping already, but he brought up a good point. He goes, "You definitely bring this up." We're talking about guys like Nelson Cruz and guys that don't really play the field anymore. Their jobs are now increased by 15.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
They get to go pretty much anywhere now.
Some people will say, I was reading this argument yesterday when they're talking about all the new rule sets, is that it's killing baseball even more because you're just going to have aging guys that can't play the field now stick around longer. I mean, that's not really the case.
If you can't hit, you're out.
But
you're done.
You could maybe just hit. And you can't do shit else.
But I mean, as you get older,
like a guy like Pujols, if there was no DH, even though he's in the NL, he played for the NL last year. A guy like Pujols, could stick around maybe a couple more years and chase some numbers.
Nelson Cruz is going to play till he's 60.
I mean, I would take Nelson Cruz right now as a righty off the bench.
No, you already determined that Nelson Cruz will be that addition in September. He won't have a home to start.
No, it won't be September. It'll be early May. Or mid-April, where it's everything is done. He just comes in and joins a lineup that needs a guy to bat fifth and hit bombs.
Yeah.
40 home runs at 40 years old.
Yeah.
He might even be older than 40 now.
Might be. But anyway, so yes. So that's going to affect. Are you in favor of the DH? Or did you like the whole double switch here and pitchers bat and this, that, and the third? All right, you're looking at me sideways.
It's been fake to me for a long time because of it. And I don't mean fake. I know that people, baseball purists, are going to come at me. I don't give a shit one way or another what anybody thinks of what I think. That's first. Second,
just had to put that out there.
For fantasy baseball purposes and just for, pitching stats in the NL, they're a little elevated. So you get a National League pitcher gets to face pitchers every time through every third inning, every time through the lineup. And then honestly, everybody talks a lot about the managing is dead now because in the AL managers don't have to manage. Give me a break with that shit. Baseball managing has been dead for the last 15 years, ever since they moved to analytics. I don't care about the management, because we don't have a good manager anyway. So
You know what's funny? As soon as baseball was brought back, right? And we heard about this free agency frenzy and nothing happened. You had to see the complaints on Twitter. Like, what the hell? Why aren't you making any moves?
I mean,
and then all of a sudden you just went, it went from that to like, oh, fuck, Boone's our manager still. Like, what did you think? They were going to sign a new CBA and all of a sudden we would have a new manager too? Sorry, Yankee fans, you're stuck with Boone.
No, well, Boone's the manager. They agreed. That's a deal. It's a done deal.
I know. I'm saying you're stuck with them.
No, I just want I want some other chips to fall. I need a pitcher. I need
there's
maybe
a
lefty first baseman called Freddie Freeman.
One more thing about the CBA. Minimum salaries now will go to $700K and go all the way up to $780K. So literally, the day that you're brought up from the minors to the majors and you become a roster member, your salary is $700,000 minimum. So that's a big thing for guys to strive for. Obviously, what I think they should be doing is taking care of the minor league system a little bit better. But I digress, and I don't really care.
So a lot of guys that would be getting called up ain't going to be getting called up
Correct.
just so soon.
Correct, because now you're going to have to. Now you're going to
paying you that
right.
league minimum.
So that's going to be a little difficult. It is what it is. Boone sounds like he sucks helium. Yes, I know. I know you're a late bloomer to the show, Payne, but there's been plenty of good rants about
what a conversation between Garrett Cole and Aaron Boone is like on the mound. He's like, I don't know. I think I got another inning in me.
So the free agency frenzy hasn't happened yet. But again, I found the best. I don't know. I'm not going to say it on the show, but I found the best meme ever, the best video clip ever when it comes to having Major League Baseball run head first into the NFL free agency. It's just like, I'm excited.
I got a little ahead of myself yesterday with a tweet. I was like, NFL free agency and Major League starts within 18 hours. I was like, a little off on the math. Probably about 100 hours, but close enough. And it's going to be all happening in the same week, which is insane to me. COVID has delivered a couple times when it comes to like how we had, all sports at once. And then like whatever led to this situation now, I don't know. I'm just going to blame COVID on the lockout, even though it really has nothing to do with it.
Truth be told, let's call it how it is. This
COVID. But also,
like,
what the fuck was I saying
I don't
about
know,
COVID?
that was
How
good,
great
though.
it was?
I like
no,
that.
COVID sucks. God damn it.
COVID sucks. R.I.P. COVID.
I'm
but anyway,
blaming COVID on the lockout, and I think that the underlying reason was like the owners got to see just how great it was while they were making money and not having to play baseball. And like in the beginning of the COVID thing, they were like, no, we don't want to play. We're good. And then they were like, you know what? This deal ends soon, right? Maybe we should, wait. We should lock them out and wait 50 days before we start playing because this whole thing is good for our pockets somehow, some way. But anyway, so the free agent frenzy hasn't really kicked off yet. There are names that are starting to be linked to teams. Anybody see that?
Did you almost fall?
No, I did one of those, like put my elbow on the.
So
like,
happens to the best of us.
Yeah. So Carlos Correa, obviously one of the top names in free agency right now, has been linked to the Cubs. Which, by the way, I think he was getting recruited by former Mets pitcher Stroman.
Talk about a guy that I found like somewhat interesting and liked him for about a minute, and then I started to read his tweets. Dude, that dude is so fucking annoying.
He'll block the shit out of you real quick.
Oh,
I know you don't care, but I'm saying like, but he's one of those touchy ones.
Just in general, well, you could tell.
Shout out to Des Bryant, by the way, for blocking.
Probably got a couple burner accounts. By the way, everybody talks shit about athletes that have burner accounts. I have a fucking burner account.
You have a burner account?
Well, not really. It's like not Chop Sports. It's called just in case we
really
have it set up. I don't go on it.
So we think the plot thickens.
No, trust me. Like you got to go check out what's going on. Like when Kevin Durant had the burner account and everyone gave him a hard time, I feel like that's par for the course with pro athletes. I would definitely be defending myself. I'd be white knighting for myself. It's like KD played great.
Yeah, KD went 2 for 14 from the floor. Like, but did you see those 2 shots? They were really nice. Oh my goodness. Kyle coming in. I have 4 burner accounts. That I believe. 1,000% believe. Just
1,000%.
And Dave, what it does is like, especially in the beginning when you're trying to build something, you know how important the algorithm is on likes and shares and things like that. So if you have 11 accounts, you could just go like
11 teen.
We'll post something. In the beginning days, it would be like, it would be Dave posts something on Chop Sports and it would be liked by Dave, Health and Fitness Professionals, the Cowboys podcast,
Jimmy Palumbo
Jimmy Palumbo Show, Chop Sports, not Chop Sports. CG my
Oh, you see that? We got
Sturch
10
Gooch,
likes already. Yeah, it's all
Ashmere
us.
Fit and Ashley Muir.
But
Those are all the likes.
Ashley does it in like
In real time.
No, but no, never in real time. Sometimes she'll catch something, but then if
that's
she
just
doesn't,
when I post.
if she doesn't, she also has a burner.
Yeah.
Ashley's got a
It's-
burner,
it's
which by the
called-
way, all the likes come in at once, and I'm just like, what the fuck was that? And I'm like, oh, that's a burner. Toast
See,
says he has a burner.
that-
Oh man, burner accounts are just the
That is
topic
why
of
I like
conversation.
things in real time, so I never look like I'm stalking anyone.
Let's see. You got to yell at people. When I was trying to build a following, I would tweet and give myself 4 likes off the jump. That's what we did. That's what we did, by the way. What about last night, Dina, when we're walking out of here at the same time? And I was like, yo, leave the TV on. I'm trying to get watch time for YouTube.
I used to do that for Kyle. Like
butt.
I would go through
Good
and just
butt.
leave his videos
Kidding
all
me?
on play from like
I used to do math. I have math equations in one of my notebooks about how many times I have to watch this video on how many different screens and just let it play. And I'd be like, well, if I could get to 1,000 watch hours all by myself if I just set up 11,000
Man.
fucking
Yeah.
computers.
I've got
Stevie
8
Mack,
different-
Stevie Mack coming in with a great burner account for us. Slice the sports. It
That
takes
is
a lot
great.
for him to laugh, by the way. Stevie, you broke him. That was a good one.
That is good.
By the way, up to 1,100 TikTok followers. Rob Bohannon. Well, bro, start
Toast is
wearing
like,
some fucking chop
Toast
gear.
goes, I just use mine to follow college basketball. That's not a burner account, Toast. That's an actual fucking account.
That's an extra habit.
Oh man!
And of course you fucking do.
Yeah,
bro.
right.
Of course you have an account.
By
just
the
to
way,
follow
hey,
college basketball.
hey, Toast, appreciate you, bro. San Diego State, what's up? Caught that late night action.
There you
Game
go.
didn't tip off till 11:30. I'm like, that's cool. I'm going to bed at
Well, that's
9.
how you know you're a piece of shit
I
gambler
actually
when
bet
you're like
that one,
betting in the
too.
11:30 game because it's the latest game.
I only
Sunday Hawaii when you're like down $8,000 and you're like, I got
There's
one
still
shot
one
left
left.
before the week turns over.
and I lost the bet that Kyle literally specifically told me bet light, and I did. I wasn't like going crazy with it, but he's like, bet it light, bet it light. I was like, yo, let's rage. He's like, bet it light. I was like, I promise you, I bet it light. Do I ever bet anything heavy? My units are $10. Like, how light can I get? You know, like, oh yeah, $2 to win 1. Great, wonderful. $3
Monmouth
up.
1-2. Toast is officially a Jersey native now. He's just
Speaking of
Rutgers,
Jersey,
repping
speaking of
Monmouth.
Jersey, Rutgers today, 2:00.
Yeah.
Big Ten tournament. Tune in, be there, or I don't know, watch it. But anyway, Indiana +6, tip off in 3 minutes. Who's riding? Indiana +6. See,
I'm
here's
on
the
it.
problem there, Kyle. While I would definitely do that, how do you expect me to, like, well, hold on, guys.
I'm doing
I gotta,
it right now.
I gotta go to break and put that in. I did put in your hammerhead lock, which we'll get to later. Before the end of the show, you will see Kyle's beautiful mug. He did send us a lock of the day, his hammerhead lock of the night, were the NBA picks. So tune in for that in a little bit. So that's baseball. Oh, so I said Correa to the Cubs. Also, Freddie Freeman, rumored and have basically reported by everybody that I've read, is either staying with the Braves or he's coming to the Bronx. He's down to 2 teams.
Or I definitely read the Dodgers might make it
Mm-mm.
too interesting financially for him to not go to LA
You know what he turned down? I think he turned down like 5 for 165.
from the Rays.
No, from the Braves. That was their first offer.
The
Adam.
Braves, that's
I'm just saying.
a fake offer just to let their fans know, like, well, look, we tried. But unless Freddie Freeman decides to give them the hometown discount, there is no way they compete with either the Dodgers or the Yankees. And it's definitely going to be, and I know I say this all the time, it's going to be who gives them the most money. Until I
Ooh.
see otherwise.
bold.
But my point being is, like, you don't see often a guy take less money, even if it's $1 million less. I'm taking more money every time.
Kyle, by the way, your Indiana +6, like tipped off in 3. Who's riding? And Toast came in and said, I am, like immediately.
Duh.
You guys are entourage guys, right? So, so in that episode where he's like, who's coming with me? He's like, I will. He's like, you got a fucking choice. I'm like, Toast, like, you got a fucking choice. You're gonna ride with anything that Kyle says. You, AJ.
No, college basketball, I've seen them go head to head.
Yeah.
on some
Oh yeah.
games
Well, they've
where,
had a
like,
whole live show with picking head to
they
head.
definitely butt heads on college basketball a little more than anything else, I would say.
Now, whose pick is that, Toast or Kyle?
I don't. Who? The Indiana +6?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
It's probably
to me,
Toast.
it seems to me like they both agree on this one.
Yeah.
I
So
think they came up-
they're riding
when-
together.
when
on
they
this one.
each handicap each game and then they come up with the same common denominator is that they're picking the same team, then I feel like they feel a lot better.
Are the Rays scoops coming in? Are the Rays playing in Montreal this year, or is that
No.
just the plan?
No.
What does he mean? Well, I don't understand that. Why would
That's
the
out.
Rays?
That's out.
Why would the Rays play in
They were
Montreal?
planning on splitting their home games between two cities going forward, and that's out. That's not a thing.
I didn't know.
That is
I've
officially
not heard one
not a
time.
thing.
Not one time
Thank you.
that I
Paul.
heard that. But anyway,
Well, yeah, that
Yankees
was
say-
an ongoing thing for maybe a year and a half, 2 years. They were talking about.
but I
that.
did see, unfortunately, just when we were like, oh, COVID's over. Toronto, Canada, catch the F up with the world because they're requiring you to be vaccinated to play a game in Toronto. So if for whatever reason some Yankees, some whoever aren't vaccinated, they can't play. So all of a
Yeah.
sudden we got the Kyrie thing going on here. So hopefully they ratify all that shit because that's
let's
too
hope
much
that
for me.
Vlad's not vaccinated. Let's hope that Bo Bichette's not vaccinated. Who's their pitcher that they just signed? Like they just got a good
I don't
pitcher
know.
too
But
at
speaking of
Toronto.
pitchers, there's one more guy. Carlos, how do you say it?
Rodon?
Rodon. Yeah. So he's out there as well. And the Yankees need pitching. So obviously, as the no,
I'm not. The Yankees need pitching. I just don't feel like he's the guy.
then give me the guy.
I don't know. I just don't want to pay him. I think he gets a 1-year deal. So if they're going to give him a 1-year deal, fine. Last year he
What
did
is the
really,
actual point of a 1-year deal with a kid, a guy that's not like 38 years old?
Well, right now he in the first half of last year, if the season ended right then, he gets a monster deal. Second half,
So he
only
tailed
pitched-
off a little bit.
Second half, he only pitched 40-something innings, and he had a fatigue issue. And now, if you're looking at him, it's like, well, he clearly has the talent, but what happens at around 150 innings is that he tails off in a major way. And then, are you going to give a guy a 3-year deal that has fatigue issues back into the
No.
season?
Well,
so
Of
you give him
course,
a 1-year
and maybe
prove-it
that's why.
deal.
Maybe that's why I read that his like physical came back good or great.
Yeah, and also
That's
what
his
I was
agent also
saying,
probably talking too.
I'm predicting a lot of the 1-year deals because of the shortened free agency and players just wanting to get into a situation where they could go showcase their abilities, and spring training being short, them not wanting to sit out. You go, you play for 1 year. You know, there's a little bit of risk in baseball, but not as much. If you're a pitcher, there's a lot more. But if you're a position player, I'm signing a 1-year deal, right? And if I'm on the
So
fence,
you're basically signing your own
and
prove-it deal.
giving myself a little bit more time, because honestly, contract years, teams love signing you, and you might get a little more dollar value in the
but
1-year deal.
on the flip side of the actual proverbial coin, you know, if Rodon goes out there and signs a 1-year deal and he stinks, you know, for him, he's probably looking for the longer term for somebody to put some faith into him, because if not, remember, baseball money's guaranteed.
Every player is looking for a long-term deal. It's that the teams aren't going to do it. I'm sure that there'll be a market for him. I don't think he's the best pitcher out there, even though you would look at it on paper and say his stats say he is. You know, I want to look a little bit deeper into it. I kind of put the whole analytics aside and breaking down what players were what until we knew we had fantasy baseball back. And now that we do, I will go head first into all the positions. And then I would say by maybe midweek of next week, we'll start breaking down fantasy baseball
Let's do it.
and give you guys some advice.
Baseball time, ladies and gents. Yankees need help in the pen, according to Rob. And yes, definitely Scoop is co-signing that. Yes. I mean, look, honestly, this is going to be the boldest thing you've ever heard me say about the New York Yankees. Okay. While we have Chapman, and I know that Chapman is this, you know, he can either throw 106 or he sucks, right? It's just like there's almost no more gray area with this guy, right? I firmly believe that Jonathan Loáisiga will be the everyday closer before this season is over.
It's not going to happen unless Chapman gets injured.
I don't know.
He
Might be moved to the 8th inning as a setup guy. They've done this before.
And honestly,
I love Loáisiga.
I do as
Love
well.
him.
I do as well, but it's just give him a little bit more time. I think the 8th inning is a very important inning. And as the Chapman contract expires, then you got a guy that could just take over that role. But they signed a Chapman to a pretty big deal.
Yeah,
he's
I
going to
know,
be the
but-
closer until that deal is ending.
Here's a long one from Toast. I don't know who he's talking about. He's trash. Probably Rodon. All right. That's why guys like Scherzer, Robbie Ray, Kevin Gausman, Justin Verlander, Stroman, Gray, Rodriguez, Steven Matz, and Noah Syndergaard are all signed before his bum ass. Well, okay. Well, obviously, this guy has lost you a bet or two. All right. So, no, I mean, if he doesn't like him, he doesn't like him. It is what it is. Chapman is on the sauce. Well, sauce network, or where's the
I think he means
Like some-
alcohol.
no, he means
Steroids.
he means
Oh,
steroids.
Steroids.
When have you
okay.
ever never mind. I was
The
gonna say what?
sauce?
Yeah, you're right. This is why I stopped
Juice
myself.
is steroids.
Relax
Sauce is
over there,
peanuts.
Chica. All right. Anyway, so that's baseball. It is back. We are celebrating. The free agency frenzy will probably happen a little bit more as teams go into the weekend, because look, you got to report by Sunday, or I mean, you could sign whenever, but like this weekend's going to be a little nutty. And I think to catch up on Monday.
I'm a little disappointed that we haven't had any news break yet.
I mean,
anybody signing
from what I've heard, you would think Heyman's the first one on it. And I could just check the old phone.
Yeah, there's
nothing yet. So interesting. I mean, we'll see. This weekend's going to be big. And obviously it leads into Monday. We'll get into some of the NFL stuff. But first, Chris has something from Manscaped as he just grabs a read. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, I've been told by Manscaped that nobody's buying it. No, I'm kidding.
So I'm not doing a great job.
Your reads actually blow. No, so if anything, please support. Go buy some Manscaped, fellas. I know you're out there.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Manscaped. Support for the Chop Sports Daily is brought to you by Manscaped. Manscaped is the best in below-the-waist grooming and offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped recently launched the Ultimate Men's Hygiene Bundle, the Performance Package. Join over 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer. 20% off worldwide and shipping and free shipping worldwide with the code CHOPSPORTS at manscaped.com. So inside the Performance Package, you get the Lawnmower 4.0. It comes equipped with a 400K LED light. And I got a couple text messages about how powerful that light is, just how powerful that light is from an electrician, mind you, right? Somebody that watches the podcast or watches the show texted me yesterday, and it is my brother, full disclosure. And he was like, bro, we sell 400K LED lights. And you know how strong those are? He's like, I don't know about you, but my taint jungle isn't that furry. So I don't need the 400K LED light. I was like, no big deal. Just shut that shit off. It also turns off, ladies and gentlemen. So you can shave in the light too. Anyway, all right. You got the
First of all, I never ever want to hear anything about Carl's body again. I've seen enough of it online.
First of all, if you just follow Carl on Instagram, you will see that the Manscaper and the Lawnmower 4.0 is his best friend. All right? Because this dude shaves fucking. It looks like he jumps in a vat of hot wax every morning because he's just
shiny.
You know. And shout out to him. Everything but his beard, right? Because he's got a luxurious beard.
He does have a very. I'm very jealous of his beard game.
Back to the live read. It has the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer for up your nostrils, in and around your ears. So all you older folk out there don't got to get embarrassed at the barbershop when Hector clips your long ear hair. Right? The Crop Preserver, Ball Deodorant, and Crop Reviver are exactly what they sound like. You mix them together and you slap them on your ball sack. You're good to go for the whole day. Right?
Done.
The summer months are coming. The grundle is going to be gross. So take care of that with the Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant. You know, you fucked me up with that because you uncapitalize and then recap. So it's like
I'm like that. I'm like that. I my capital letters are never.
I'm gonna have to redo these notes and then I'll be able to read it a lot easier. So anyway, you get 20% off right now with free shipping and the code CHOPSPORTS at manscaped.com. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.
Why don't you get up and take a bow too while you're at it?
Honestly, I said this to you, and it's like I feel a tremendous amount of pressure now to do these live reads. Like I feel like I have to actually come up with skits. So every day, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing it every day. That's the new rule. It's like I'll do it every.
So then toss it over here. I don't mind doing them. It's just that you had them over there, and
like
we're good to go.
Once you're told you're funny, there's pressure to
Yeah,
have
bro.
to be
It is.
funny.
It is. There's like
It
you have to
sucks.
deliver, eat day in and day out.
Real. The struggle is real. And
It
honestly,
absolutely
I
is.
never realized that it's my turn to do it or it's time to do it until you're like, all right, ladies and gentlemen, live read. So I'm like, damn, I did not.
Pain coming in. You mean you don't go on your midnight hikes and think to yourself, oh shit, I should groom myself. Thank God I have the LED light.
I know. And
Yes.
That's why I struggle with, like, it's like, I feel like it's a little overkill with the light.
I mean,
It's like a Swiss Army knife.
help me.
But it does help in the shower, I'd say. But then again, it's
I'm
like-
nervous as shit to bring that shit. It is waterproof, but I'm just like, if I drop this thing, am I done for? You know, like when somebody pushes the TV into the tub, you know what I'm saying? Like it's electric. Boogie, woogie, woogie. Oh my God.
Wait.
Hold
I just
on.
did that to myself.
Wait. So
What?
if you are holding it standing in the shower and you're getting wet, you're worried about if you drop it onto the
Into, like,
ground,
the plethora
will
of
it-
water
will-
underneath my
will
feet.
you get electrocuted if it hits yeah, you're right. The water on the ground does have a different effect on it than the water that's not on the ground.
Are you being sarcastic?
I am.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, no, Dave, you're not going to die by shaving in.
Listen, man, I live a pretty nice life right now. I don't want to get taken out by Manscaped. But thank you, of course, manscaped.com. use the promo code CHOPSPORTS to get your stuff. It's not a blow dryer, according to Chris.
It's not plugged into the wall. It's a
It
battery.
literally says
Shut
up, all right?
waterproof.
Oh, fucking God. Anyway, hey, Lilac, why don't you do something over there, huh? For Lilac and Sage Boutique, for my boy Will and his amazing wife. Go ahead, do it.
I'm in so much trouble for talking today. Okay. Lilac and Sage Boutique is a veteran-owned LEO spouse-operated boutique based out of North Carolina. Our goal is to continue their service by providing affordable clothing to other hardworking women. They ship orders all over the world. Be sure to check them out at lilacsageboutique.com and join their mailing list so you don't miss out on any new arrivals. And what are you guys laughing
I'm
at?
sorry. Scoop, our
is
listeners are why we do this every day. Scoop came in saying, you wouldn't know by my Islamic beard.
He goes, I shave in the shower. Who doesn't? You wouldn't know by my Islamic beard.
Oh my gosh.
I guess that's in
Anyway,
reference to me making
use the
fun of
promo
Scoop's-
code
Scoop's beard.
SHOP10 to receive 10% off your purchase. Thank you very much.
Worst promo ever, Dave. I didn't do. What are you doing? Corey coming in and say I did a bad promo. When did I do a
I
bad
think
promo?
because you like talk shit. Hey, Lilac and Sage, why don't you do something?
I was saying, hey, Lilac, calling her
Calling her
Lilac.
Lilac, but I think that's where
I think he was talking about yours, but like me, maybe interject. I don't know. Who cares?
I don't
like-
know.
like-
I don't know. I don't think he was. I feel like he's a fan of mine.
It's me, Lilac.
Maybe he's not a fan of mine.
No, seriously, lilacsageboutique.com. Fellas out there, if you want to treat your old gals, they have awesome stuff. They change their stuff
The old
all
gals
the time.
again.
Oh shit, I did.
Man, you
And
gotta
if you
put
don't
$1
have
in
a
the jar
woman
every
to
time
buy
you
it
say
for, feel
gals
free
or-
to send it to me.
Okay, what?
And if you don't have a girl to buy it for, feel free to send it to me.
Okay, we're buying Dina gifts now. So happy birthday, Dina. You're one of those girls that are like, it's my birthday month.
Give him the old live read ski.
I don't need it to be my birthday to get a gift.
That's Dave.
Joe
Hey, are
LaCour is
you
a
ready
big
to do-
Dina guy.
You ready to do
Thank
the
you,
old
Joe.
live read ski?
It's your turn, Dave.
All of a sudden, I turn.
Oh shit!
What do you mean it's my turn?
Steve Aspara.
Oh, well, speaking of amazing content, there's steveaspara.com. So you go check him out, his website. He
Oh,
is a web
shit.
developer.
I
At
Venmoed Scoop yesterday. I thought I was sending money to the Taliban.
Jesus Christ. steveaspara.com.
There
New
are
York,
allies
New
now.
Jersey. I don't know who's who anymore. New Jersey, New York, web-based. He made chopsportsmedia.com, which, by the way, looks even better now because now you can see Cabinet Creations. You can get their link over on our website, along with Health and Fitness Professionals, along with Flipping Made Easy. So he's doing all that stuff. All I literally have to do is this. Steve, add this. Done. Boom. Cool. Awesome. And it's over. And then he invoices us for like $1 trillion. No, he's very affordable. He's very, what'd you say?
I was going to say that's a
Actually,
horrible
like,
advertisement.
Actually, quite the opposite.
It's
I was
very,
like, this is invoiceable shit, and then it was like $100 invoice. I expected way
Oh,
more.
yeah,
Steve,
no,
you didn't
he's
hear
that-
that part. Though.
yeah, you're not hearing this part that we're saying that you're super cheap because, you know, that's just good for business. So if you want to build a website and you don't feel like getting into it, go over to steveaspar.com, inquire within. So thank you to Steve, of course, for chopsportsmedia.com. So what else we got? Oh, Dave, say hypothetically. He wants hypotheticals. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? A third day in a row with an NFL blockbuster trade. I say blockbuster because Khalil Mack is still that dude in some regards, I think. I mean, I think everybody kind of just forgot about him because of a lackluster year last year. But then again, the Bears just sucked. You know what I mean? So, like, you can't look at the Bears and judge them based off of Khalil Mack's performance. They get themselves a decent little chunk. So, Dina, bring up the compensation for that. So, the Bears are getting a 2022 second-round pick this year, a 2023 sixth-round pick, and, of course, the Chargers get Mr. Khalil Mack services and that contract. That's a lot of money. A lot of do-re-mi.
That was my question. Is the Bears aren't on the hook for any of that contract?
I have not
whatsoever?
looked at it yet, but I don't
read
think they
for it,
are.
and I didn't see anything that the Bears were keeping any of that. And I think because the compensation is so shitty, that's the real thing that the Bears got was out of that deal. No doubt about it.
Yeah, he's been also hurt. You know what I mean? So I think the Bears got the victory here. I would say the Bears won the trade, but if you look at the Chargers now, hypothetically, I like that, Chris. Hypothetically, you're looking at Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack coming from the outsides. Like any quarterback going against that is not happy.
Yeah, but they definitely ate up a nice chunk of their salary cap that they had. They just signed Mike Williams to a big deal, but they're doing the right thing. A lot of people, Kyle included, think that the Chargers are a little bit away, and this is the answer to the Russell Wilson thing. You know, they get Russell Wilson to the division. What's the best way to counteract a great quarterback, or I put great in quotes because I feel like, we got to see Russ to see if he's back or not from that injury. But clearly Russ has been a great quarterback throughout the first decade of his career. And how you counteract that is by bringing in a pass rusher that arguably is one of the best players of the decade as well at his position. So San Diego or LA, right? It's
LA.
Yeah,
Still
the
LA.
Chargers, I guess they're on the come up. That division is going to be fun to watch, boy. And the Raiders are a playoff team last year.
Murderers
They look
Row
like
out
they're
there.
the clear-cut worst out of the 4 right now.
And they haven't even made some moves yet. So they're going to make some moves as well. So they're going to improve their game.
Thought that last year too, and the Raiders just found ways. I
don't know how.
Derek Carr's the worst quarterback in the division.
By proxy, I guess. Yeah.
Pretty fucking good.
Right. And I like Derek Carr.
Put
So
him
like
in the top 12. Easy.
Yeah, I would say so too. Easily. But yeah, so according to Silva, all of it is going towards the Chargers. So he's saying nope, all. And I know he was referring to the money.
Yeah.
And look, the Bears are going to be in the same situation with the Cowboys and a couple other teams next year where they have a lot of cap room, right? But they don't have a lot of guys under contract. So that's the problem. And you got to sign all these guys back. You got to fill a 52-man roster. So they got their hands full, but they also got an extra second-round pick this year. So that's a good deal. So I think the Bears won the trade. Chargers are getting a quality player.
What the Bears are going to do, I think 100%. They're a little bit away, and you could start the rebuild and actually like kind of complete the rebuild. Obviously, you got to sign these guys, and you have now a ton of money to keep the players around that you want that are on their rookie deals, i.e. Justin Fields in a couple years
right.
and these other guys. But the Bears are in rebuild mode again. Great day for a Packer fan. Obviously, the Bears suck.
Okay. So with that, the Cowboys also a couple newsworthy things that happened this morning and yesterday. Apparently, they're shopping Lyle Collins. Not sure as to why. I mean, I know why. I mean, the Terrence Steele came in his absence last year and actually did a really good job. So they're looking to move on from there. But he is the starting right tackle for the Cowboys. So all of a sudden, you're just literally trying to trade starters away left and right. When we talked about Cooper the other day, now we're talking about Collins. But today, Ed Warner of ESPN confirmed Demarcus Lawrence is not going anywhere. So all of you people that were like, oh, trade him, cut him, all that stuff, he's not going anywhere. They're actually working on a deal for Gallup and potentially keeping Cooper.
Yeah,
so,
I think that if they could get a deal done with Lyle Collins to move out of town, I think that's what they're trying to do to keep Cooper and Lawrence in town. I understand losing a right tackle that's starting caliber in this league. It's a shitty
rumors saying that the Bengals might have given up their 2 for him.
I would say that right tackle is probably the most expendable position on the offensive line, and I don't say that
unless you're a
loosely.
lefty.
Well, right tackle. We're just going to call it right tackle
fine.
because there's only 2 quarterbacks that are lefty or one, right? And he
Tua.
sucks. He looks weird. So, yeah, right tackle. You see teams right now, they pretty much sign these guys and then they play outside their value or above their value, and then they're gone. And that's what Lyle Collins did. He wasn't even a starter last year until there was situations. Am I wrong? Where a guy got hurt and he stepped in.
Well, he was suspended. Remember, he did the whole 5-game suspension.
But if I'm looking at Amari Cooper and I'm looking at Lyle Collins and then I'm looking at this year's draft class, there is some decent receivers, but it takes a little bit to get to the level that Amari Cooper's on. A right tackle in this year's draft in the 3rd round could easily slide into right tackle.
And they have one. They have one that's there.
I think that when you're a lot easier to replace a right tackle than it is a wide out and a defensive end.
Well, according to Stevie Mack, the Amari Cooper trade market is heating up. Multiple teams interested trading up per Greg Gabriel. Yeah, I mean, look, teams that have the money and have the draft capital, because the Cowboys, look, if they're going to get rid of Amari Cooper, I really, really hope it's not a cut job, man. I really, that would, if you're going to get value for the guy, fine, I'm okay with it, but I'm not okay with it. But like, you got to get something for the guy. You can't just say, hey, yeah, listen, thanks for everything. Bye. That's
I
not.
think that they'll get a little bit worse than what.
Just remember, the Cowboys gave up a 1st-round pick just to get Amari Cooper.
Yeah, they're not going to get a 1st. That's for goddamn
No,
sure.
not 1st.
I don't even know that they'll get a 2nd.
I would say they can get a 2nd. Teams desperate enough that need a receiver will give a 2nd. Because you're not going to – he's only 27 years old.
The only way that there's going to be a 2nd involved if there's 2 teams that are kind of just going back and forth with each other, and they're like, well, we're going to just beat whatever the fuck they're offering. That's the only way they're going to give up a 2nd because, like I said, Dallas right now is in a tough spot with him. They don't really have any leverage.
Yes, Joe LaCory coming in. Cooper's way too good to just cut. That would be the absolute worst case scenario for the Cowboys to say, like, hey, it's after June 1st, we could save $20 million. Let's do that. Like, now's not the time. I know that they're called the salary cap boys all of a sudden.
What
like,
is
they're
going on with Chris Payne's comment? I hope the NFL makes a conscious effort to protect their young quarterbacks. Like, that's basically the NFL, dude.
I mean, what do you mean, a conscious effort? What are you talking about?
He's saying that Fields and Wilson received some real dirty hits last season. Like, the NFL quarterbacks play for 37 years now because you're not allowed to touch them. So
Yeah, I think they've already made plenty of strides with
Yeah.
protecting the quarterback. You're basically putting flags on the guys.
Ooh,
I know it's you're right there, bro.
Yeah.
I know it's your boy. Unfortunately, for Zach Wilson to get beat up, but he's a
It's all-
kid, and of
it's
course
by
that's who you
far-
want to beat up anyway.
I've only known
And he's
you-
a runner.
I've only known you about a week, bud, but that was by far the softest shit you've ever said. Come on, buddy. What the fuck is going on?
I
with
thought
you?
he got hacked for a minute.
Yeah, right. I mean, speaking of hack, did you see that Jeff Passan yesterday right before the baseball thing? Jeff Passan got hacked by an NFT guy. So again, I'm not into the NFTs. I probably should dive into the NFTs, or anybody should. I guess that's the new thing, or NFTs, blockchain, all this other shit that I have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. And honestly, there's been like 3 or 4 different people who have literally sat down in front of my face and tried to explain to me what NFTs are. And I'm just like, yeah. I'm like nodding my head. And I'm like, nope. Don't
Did
have
anybody
a clue.
see Harden celebrating the Sixers loss last night?
What do you mean celebrating?
Yeah.
What are you
Harden
talking-
was
well,
living
we'll
it
talk
up.
about him in a second.
Harden was living it up in Philly with Lil Baby and Travis Scott last night.
After they lost by 30.
Oh, yeah, I guess it was one of his rap friends.
Boy, that was softer than Baby Day, according to Joe LaCour.
Oh, yeah.
I'm saying let the guys
Bro.
hit them rookies, but specifically a lot harder and lower lately. I'm not just saying Wilson. Well, look, again, put the damp. I have a new toasty NFT I'm selling, taking orders now. Yeah, see, NFTs are like the way that I'm just totally, again, clueless as that goes. But yeah, so right now, technically, as it stands right now, there are 9 teams still over the cap. And the Cowboys are about $1 million over. So right now they actually consider themselves being over the cap. Remember, Monday starts the frenzy. And Monday we're going to get heavily involved with everything that's happening. So this weekend could be a very big weekend for the NFL as well. So that's why I got excited. I was like, dude, there's going to be so much player movement. You're not going to be able to like put your phone down for a second because something's going to go down. The Cowboys, the Chiefs, the 49ers, the Giants, the Bucks, the Vikings, the Rams, the Saints, and of course, headlined by the Green Bay Packers of being in the most debt in the NFL, but I'm sure Green Bay's got a plan here. I'm sure whatever Rodgers is doing will open up some of that shit. I know they're going to probably cut Zadarius Smith, so they'll probably be in good standings as well. But
I'm seeing that Marcus Valdez-Scantling is going to get a market value of $10 million a year.
he has been no bigger to me. I mean, than a wide receiver 3.
Yeah, he's like a solid player, but
Sure, but like
drop
he's not.
issues. He's a nice deep threat. He's big, but you know, he's had Aaron Rodgers for his entire career, and I think he's had 40,
His value
40
is
receptions
not-
is the most he's had.
No, his value is not there.
I do like him as a player, but come on, $10 million a year.
It's a lot.
Fuck is that?
It's a lot, ladies and gents.
Blake Martinez got.
Joe LaCour saying, stop asking for protection from the NFL and draft dudes that can do the job. I'm already 1 foot into the XFL. I want concussions. My God, Joe, you're
That
ruthless.
was dark.
I love it, though.
That's
I love
dark.
it. See, I'm on Team Joe with that.
I think
Hit these mother effers.
Stimmy, who's not here today, but Stimmy should come out with a Stimmy NFT, right?
Yeah. His girl's
A little
NFT.
Biden bucks and some Donnie dollars, right? It'll be Joe Biden and Donald Trump fighting over who gets to sign.
Scoop coming in. What
who
a
gets to
sick
sign the stimulus
fucking-
check?
With the tongue.
How
emoji
big is he,
even.
Gooch? With the tongue emoji. On baby day, bro? Are you serious? Stop it. Knock it off. Well, last night, by the way,
Who's big? Who's big?
you said Vandus Scantling was big.
Oh, he's 6'5".
No, he wasn't
That's
talking
not
about
what he was asking.
his height and weight. I tell you right now, he was not.
6'5".
He's a- yeah, it's like a hammer.
6'5".
There was a comedian did that one time. He said he walked into an NBA locker room in front of Manute Bol, and he was like talking to somebody. He's like talking around.
I think it was Kevin Hart talking about Shaq.
Anyway, boy, show always goes off the reservation. So anyway, last night, it's one more sport to get to. By the way, over under. By the way, first of all, coming in over under on how many hours of reality TV Chris is going to watch tonight for Baby Day. 6.5. I'll take the over. I don't know, man. I'm going to go with the over as well. Lauren, California Pokemon girl,
I'm a little
623.
confused by the question. It
What?
says, do you think the Los Angeles Angels will sign Carlos Correa? We need to improve our pitching, and Correa seems like a great addition to do so. Well, he's not a pitcher,
Well,
but
he's a shortstop.
I don't believe he's going to sign with them because I just don't see them giving that crazy contract out while they still got Trout, they got Shohei, and they just gave a ton of money to Rendon 2 years ago.
Yeah, so
I don't
probably
see them
out
in on
the,
another
on
bat
that sweepstakes.
that big of a bat, even though their owner has been known to pony up at points. Is it Art Moreno out there? You don't have no idea.
You know baseball owners' names?
Yeah,
good for you.
some of them.
I know, like Billy Bean.
But I'm definitely also
And he's
not
a
watching
GM.
a split second of reality TV. The only reality TV I've ever watched in my life is The Ultimate Fighter, and even that kind of sucks. now.
Bob Herbs says California Pokemon Girl is definitely one of Kyle's burners.
Yeah, that is fucking hilarious.
That's great, dude. Oh my God. I watched Survivor and Amazing Race from Scoop. Who are some of the pitchers that the Angels should to improve our pitching? Well, I mean, we talked about Rendon. So that's one of the free agents. If you really want to dive into this, tune in next week, subscribe to the channel and like it. We're going to get real heavy into free agency.
It's hard. I don't know that they're going to get a middle of the pack starter. Probably. I don't see them in on one of the bigger deals. Right.
I don't know.
I got to look at the free agent pool because there was guys that signed that I didn't know. I was looking at who signed.
Oh, they got Syndergaard.
Yeah, they did. They
They got Noah Syndergaard. What are we doing here? Good job, Toast. Joe Adell, Brandon Marsh, lots of young talent out there.
I didn't realize that Javi Baez was on the Tigers already.
Oh yeah, that happened right.
There's a couple things that I just didn't see, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
Pre-lockout.
I think that's a lot of why the Mets were like, "Wait, we just spent all this money. What are you doing? This whole luxury tax thing." It's like, wait, maybe we'd have thought differently, but no, I think Uncle Steve is going
nuts. But yeah, Noah Syndergaard, Thor is out there as their ace. Is that the ace?
I think that they paid a ton of money to him for no reason.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say. I don't know. I got to look at. Like I said, I'm so removed right now.
Well, now
from
not
baseball,
anymore.
And I'll
not
be
anymore.
there by tomorrow morning.
Beautiful, love it. One more sport to get to. A verbal "F.U. Simmons" chant was chanted loud and proud over in Philadelphia. And let me tell you something. WFAN, shout out to you guys this morning who literally played the audio without editing anything, and you just heard a blatant "fuck Ben Simmons" on the air, and even Gio was like, "You didn't edit that?" Like they're gonna get in some steam, I think. But anyway, Harden faces the Nets for the first time since the trade. Harden shits the bed. Harden did not play well. You know who did play well? Every single goddamn net, including Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant was actually like chirping back and forth with Embiid a little bit. I kind of like to see it. For the first time ever, I found myself not hating the Brooklyn Nets last night because of the Harden trade, the way they all did this and got out of town. And I don't feel bad for Ben Simmons. My heart's not going to break for anybody in that position. But I wasn't openly rooting for the Nets, but I was just like, yo, this is kind of nice seeing Brooklyn go into Philadelphia and just stomp them out.
Ben Simmons, how tall is he? 6'9"? As soon as he walked out onto that court, he shrunk down to about an inch.
I think he did warm-ups for like a minute, and then got off the court.
He was just terrified. 0 shots.
Bro,
he didn't take a jump shot in the warm-up. He just dunked once.
Oh my, is that true?
And they went nuts.
Oh.
Philly fans,
he hasn't taken a shot in a year.
Philly fans were thriving in warm-ups.
Bro, they were outside. And this is where I draw the line. They were outside the kids' hotel, like the team hotel and stuff, like trying to get, like, I don't know. See, like, what exactly did he do to you guys other than the fact that he just didn't want to play? Who the fuck wants to play in Philly anyways? A dumpster.
No. You're $40 million is a reason why you play wherever the fuck you play. That's first things first. Second, he didn't take a shot. He was like driving to the basket, had like an open layup, and would dish it out to a covered guy on the perimeter. He was
he wasn't
terrified.
in the game.
No, this was in games, bro. In the playoffs last year.
Oh, you're talking about? I thought you played last night.
Was just something. He got the yips, and I feel for him as a person, but as a fan of a team, I would not feel for him. I would be like, dude, what the fuck is going on with you? And then him to say like the mental illness thing, I feel like it's always a tough situation because you don't want to actually bash somebody that's suffering from mental illness. But to me, it looks like he's a diva and he was using mental illness as a crutch to get out of a situation that he was unhappy with.
Kyle coming in. Harden and Embiid went a combined 8 for 34 from the floor last night. A complete scraping of Philly. And then Chris Payne coming in. Nets have more likable guys than the Sixers. I'll just say Embiid and Harden. I won't shit on them this time.
What is in his coffee today?
I love Joel Embiid.
He's getting soft.
SAWFT. I love Joel Embiid for a fact. I've always hated Kyrie Irving, but have gained a new respect for him over the course of the last year.
He was bodying Harden last night, by the way. Great defense.
I think that's part of the reason why they were beefing in practice because Kyrie was smoking James Harden while James Harden was smoking weed with the
All right,
baby,
fair.
and Lil Baby, and
Fair.
the baby, and
All the babies.
How many babies are there?
Well, it's
Lil-
baby days.
It is
Lil
baby day. Good
it's
call.
Lil Baby and the baby and hi baby.
Oh, damn it. We went the whole
Snuck it
episode.
right
Went the
in
whole,
there.
it was like a Ben Simmons layup attempt. Christ almighty God.
But KD is, KD is the guy that got us started on the whole burner account talk today. I always respected him for the burner account thing, but for nothing
Speaking
else.
of burner accounts, Chris Payne, Kyle saying, Chris Payne, you like Harden in your top 5, though, didn't you? Could have sworn I saw Harden in the top 5. Must be misremembering. Look, and we got a reaction at Ashley. There you go. That's all that matters, right? I mean, it's just, the butterflies are out there, and it's baby day. It's baby day. I already ruined it. It doesn't even say baby day anymore. I tipped it over by accident, and the letters just slide out.
Who got us this cheap piece of shit?
Yeah, this cheap piece of shit sign that I don't know, some
unbelievable.
some clown NYPD
You got it from fucking wish.com, dude.
Yeah, no. First of all, never mind. I can't.
Who was it? Carson Wentz is the wish, or Mike Lennon is the wish. Carson Wentz.
Just crossed off hi baby on my Chop Sports bingo board. Well, I tell you what, Joe, you're gonna win another pool of ours. He just keeps winning shit.
I love that.
Oh my God. Chris replaces his Yankee hats with a Hello Kitty hat and bunny ears.
Bro, you should see the fanny pack. You should see my fanny pack.
I don't want to hear
And
it.
I also have a scooter, a motorized scooter that fucking you stand on. It goes like 25. Scooty
Scoop
gang.
asking, do you have a baby day hat yet on the store? We should.
No, but Scoop, you're also talk shit like I'm buying a fucking lawnmower 4.0. You didn't.
Ooh,
You
calling him
didn't.
out.
So what am I gonna go build a hat? Make a hat that you're not gonna buy?
Build a hat. Oh
I
man.
built you a cake.
I heard it was baby day and it
that
hit
is
me right
so-
in the feels.
Joe
Sorry,
LaCory
my
with the
softness.
fucking point with the game-winning three-pointer. All right.
Okay. All right.
And if you're listening to the sound of Dave's voice, he digresses.
Oh man. Hey, listen, massive NBA night coming up tonight. Kyle's gonna be on fire. He's got to get me. It's the revenge tour today, baby. Let's get some money. All right. Let's get some money. Let's get paid. Let's go to kylekerms.com. Be a subscriber to his whole shebang that he's got going on in there, but also subscribe to his podcast, subscribe to his YouTube channel, which is actually listed on our channel. Also, shout out to WrestlePro, the company I do work for, the wrestling company I work for. They put us as a featured channel on their YouTube channel. They just eclipsed 70,000 subscribers over there. So I digress. Thanks for you there, Joseph.
He fucking set that up.
I
for like
did.
3 minutes. He couldn't wait.
I
because
did.
As soon as he said it, he was like, digress.
Yes. Now, Joe LaCour, you're gonna have to split that bingo money with Dave, of course. They do that.
Fucking kind of shit is that? It's like me and my brother getting the exact draft picks we wanted in fantasy.
Oh yeah, that was fun. LSU plus 3.5 coming from Toast. All Big East. Big East. There's no more Big East anymore.
In basketball,
Is there?
where does Villanova play?
The Big Ten.
Where does UConn play?
The Big Ten. I thought everyone went to the Big Ten.
Everyone's in the Big Ten.
I didn't know it was Big East basketball. Holy shit. Oh boy. Anyway, Dina, pull up your boy, Kyle here. He sent us a special video. Turn up your volumes, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully there's a volume on.
Sorry about that, but I do
I
have a
got this.
pick.
I'm going to take over this. I'm going to start this
I
over.
could not make it
Here.
down there to the Chop Studios today. Sorry about that, but I do have a pick to give to the Chop Sports viewers. We got Hornets on the road in New Orleans to play
your
the
mic is on.
Pelicans.
Our mics
All of
are
a sudden, they're playing good basketball, except since Brandon Ingram has gotten hurt, the Pelicans are 0-2. Not looking good. In fact, they just lost the other night at home to the Magic. And now, CJ McCollum's also hurt. So you got no Ingram, no McCollum in this game. Hornets are coming into town, right? Hornets are coming off 2 losses themselves, but against Boston and Brooklyn, 2 of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. This team's been playing better basketball since the All-Star break. They're going to be hungry for a win tonight against a battered Pelicans team. Short line at 2. Definitely take the Charlotte Hornets -2. And I would bet this one now because I think by tip-off, this line's going to be 4.5. I already saw a few books bump it up to 2.5. It's going to be on the move. Charlotte Hornets -2.
Actually,
You're
roast me
welcome.
for my finger always covering the lens.
All right. So I hope you guys heard that. Because these clowns over here kept talking. But that's the pick tonight is the Hammerhead lock of the night.
Bro, they can't hear me when I'm talking directly into the mic sometimes. I have a low voice. I was
Definitely could
talking
hear.
low enough so they could hear my funniness. but not here, Kyle.
All right. Well, Scoop said it anyway. But anyway, look at that man on the screen, larger than life. And thank you, Kyle, for that video. I really appreciate it. We really appreciate it. So if you want to make some money, first and foremost, get the Hornets. What was it? +2? Did he say that? I'm sorry. No, -2. Sorry. -2. You know what's funny? As fast as that shit moved, I got him at 2.5. I couldn't move fast enough. He sent that shit early. He said the books were showing -2, and I'm just like, sure, I'll get it -2. 2.5. Now I'm gonna get fucking crushed by the hook.
Damn, people that don't even know me are bashing me now. Baby, he called me Baby Gap. That's actually funny.
Oof. Everyone heard you, Baby Gap. Bailey McCug, my man, Baby Gap.
Do you know Bailey?
Yeah, I heard Chris the whole time. Did you guys at least hear at least Kyle's pick? I mean, I feel bad now. He did not went out of his way.
Bailey, you're fucking playing dodgeball, right?
No, Bailey is not even close to being from around here.
Oh, well.
I think he's a Cowboys fan, if I'm not mistaken.
Bailey, we got a dodgeball tournament coming, bud. You're on the other team. That was fucking great, though.
It was a great comment, and probably wins comment of the day. So for that, hit me up. I'll get you a promo code. We'll get you some merchandise, some percentage off the merchandise.
I'm gonna send you a shirt. It's gonna be said Baby Gap, right? And then the other side, it's gonna be me drilling you in the face with a fucking dodgeball.
You misspelled it, Kyle.
I can't.
Oh my god! Woo. If you're not watching this show, you're listening to it on a podcast. I have to be transparent here. Kyle put on Welcome to Chop Sports, hosted by Sturch and Baby Gay, but it's supposed to be Baby Gap. I took Kyle's Indiana pick. Good stuff. Oh, living in Seattle. He's a Cowboys fan. Bailey, go hook it up with Toast. He travels a lot, so go meet Toast. Toast will talk your ear off for
Alaska
days.
and Seattle are close. They're probably still pretty far.
Actually, that's where I'm. That's my layover. That's my layover.
Like, meet at the bar.
So when I get, I know I just said link up. I didn't say like, hey, by the way, run down the street.
Be like, hey, you're in that chat on that show I watched. You think I should take a flight to come visit you? Because Dave thought it would be a good idea for us to link up. And then Baby Gap had to fucking rip him to shreds. Also, fuck you, Bailey.
Oh, God. I'm Sturch.
Dave is not crushing me in dodgeball.
Who said that?
Bailey. He said, me and Dave will crush you in dodgeball. I'm a dodgeball legend.
Here we go. Dominate.
Dominate.
Oh, my God. Well, this has been a show. This has been a lot of fun. Today, big weekend coming up. Like I said,
saying that he's gonna hit Toast with the sneaky link. Dave's like, wait, what's the sneaky link? That's like,
I have no idea what a sneaky link is.
Sneaky link is like when you do something you shouldn't be doing, like late night, maybe. I think that's what a sneaky link is.
Sneaky link is when
Why would you know that, baby?
A sneaky link is a booty call. That's like a late night meetup.
So now who's
really?
Now who's Baby Gap?
Baby
clearly,
Gap
I don't know about these things. You guys do, you heathens.
Don't paint me in that light. It's Baby Day. None of that slander.
Nobody let that die. ever. That's going to be on the next sign. But just no, it's going to be. You see how you're watching? It's right here. It's right down there.
We
there.
got Baby Gap and then a fucking big gap.
I'm saying like right where it says Chris Gooch is going to just say Baby Gap on Monday. Go with that.
Who makes the graphics? You all of a sudden?
I mean, I know how to edit. Like, I mean, it's not hard. Christ.
We'll see.
Ashley even knows, Sneaky Link is your side piece. People know these things. I'm totally just old, or I just don't know enough. Chop Sports brought to you by Coco Melon and featuring Baby. I'm telling you, yeah. Well, listen, that's my Saturday morning, dog.
Coco Melon sponsor.
It would be fun. It would be fun. Toast coming in. Man, no idea what a Sneaky Link is. We don't have them in Alaska.
They have
Smooth,
elk.
buddy. Smooth.
They have
Oh,
elk
man.
and moose. Moosin'.
What the? Scoop comes in. Dave doesn't know where Canada is. What do you mean I don't know where Canada is? Sneaky Link doesn't know the Big East exists, and coffee is new to him. Who is the actual baby?
Oh, my God.
Holy shit. Well, I did know the Big East existed. I just thought it went away in all
Just
sports.
not anymore.
Coco Melon. Yep, that's my jam, bro. Go ahead, knock it. Actually, I watch about 15 different knockoffs of that crap at this point. It's horrible.
Oh, do I?
Or replay, as
I
they say in Spanish. Because guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Right before the show, I agreed to do a broadcast on Saturday night for AAA, which is a Mexican wrestling organization out of Mexico City, Mexico, and I have to be the English commentator.
Do I sip my lukewarm coffee?
No, you're gonna put it in
room
the
temperature coffee.
in
You're
the
gonna put it in the microwave and forget
we're
about it like
ending
you
the
always do.
show.
All right, let's get out of here. It's 12:10. I'm hungry. Got to go pay Uncle Billy.
There's
Gotta go play my
there's
bookie.
nothing worse than drinking room temperature hot coffee, formerly hot coffee.
All right. Nando coming in. My wife's boyfriend says Freeman to the Dodgers. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Don't say that. Don't end this show with that bomb right now. Because you know what?
His wife has a crush on someone who reports sports. And I'm picking up with that.
No, I'm picking up just the fact that
I'm
he's just
saying that he's hilarious. Like, it's a great way to stand out.
Oh, here we go. Free agency is underway officially. Drew Verhagen goes to the Cardinals for $5.5 million, 2 years, former Tiger righty. That's it. That's all. And that's Heyman. Heyman usually has everything on the ball. So calm down with the whole.
Is Nando
Freeman
390 the guy that offered his wife to Kyle for his picks, and then
maybe.
And then Kyle, he actually referring to Kyle?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Now I'm confused. But anyway, that'll do it for today. We want to thank you guys for watching. Please, if you're watching this right now, go find it again and like the video. If you haven't done that already, that would help us out a lot. Subscribe to the channel. Have a great weekend. Enjoy yourselves. I think I'm going back to the trampoline park tomorrow. Wish me luck. Well, I mean, it took 3 days to be ready to walk again after that. But
It took me 3 days to hear what you said, process it. You were like, I'm going to the trampoline park, and I was just like,
all right, well, then don't worry about
I
it.
also just spit like
I won't tell you my
gallons.
weekend plans. I don't want to know your weekend plans because I already know what your weekend plans are. It's going to be nursing the cats. You can milk anything with nipples, by the way. Geppetto. We call them Geppetto. For Sturch and Gooch and Dina, it's been a show. We'll see you guys on Monday. Free agency
Bye-bye.
frenzy, baby.